let's say all things are equal.
Yeah.
And you bring in Russ to be the bridge quarterback because you don't have to pay that much money, and at least he gives you a better chance to win than Jacoby. Right. And he gets hurt in training camp. And now you're in a situation where you either have to play Drake May or you have to play Joe Milton.
I mean, there's some. I mean, even though I wasn't in this camp, but there's some people that would have been like play Joe Milton, which would have been wild. But
yeah, to sacrifice Joe Milton instead of Drake, that's what people want to do. By the way, I'm one of those people.
So
if Jacoby goes down,
I mean, now would there have been some? Yeah, but the problem is, and what would have been, because we saw a little bit during the preseason. What if Milton somehow, some way had figured it out? Once again, I'm not saying this would have been the case.
He wouldn't.
No,
not because of him. Not because of him.
But there's always a chance, right? I'm saying, like, so
yeah.
There's a world where that happens. What is the case that he comes out and looks? Doesn't even look like Sam Darnold. I'm not saying
this scenario where I'm trying to talk you off the ledge of Drake May being the starter. I can't admit that there's always going to be a chance to starting Joe Milton. Like that's counterintuitive. So we're not. I
got you. Okay,
I just refuse.
Cool. But in this case, like I said, in my Spider-Verse, in my multiverse, right? Say he does well. That would have been even worse because you're like, oh shit, like this dude went 21 of like 35 for 260, 2 touchdowns, and he scored a rushing touchdown.
And he threw 3 picks.
That would have been, oh my God. Oh, that would have been ugly because I could hear the calls on 98.5 right now. You gotta go with Joe.
Listen, man,
that would have been so that would have been crazy. Once again, if we had the Zappy fever here, we damn sure would have had the Joe Milton be like. So I'm glad that it didn't get to that point, even though I enjoyed what I saw from him in the preseason for the most part. But I'm glad we didn't get to that because that would have been insane. But because someone that let us know about Joe let us know about the about Tannehill being linked here. Would you have wanted him here? Would you want him here at this moment?
I can't. I mean, you can't pay Tannehill $10 million and Jacoby 8.5. You're paying $18 million to 2 quarterbacks that are not going to be here in a year. Listen, if you need I would
cut Jacoby. I'd cut Jacoby.
You're not going to cut Jacoby. No, you wouldn't.
Who wouldn't?
Well, I know what you would do, but like you can't.
Wait, I'm like, you forgot he was on the air with? I'm as dun-dun-dun. The New England Patriots have signed Ryan Tannehill for the rest of the season. Subsequently, right? Therefore, however, whatever transition word you want to use, Jacoby Brissett has therefore been released. Here's a statement from Robert Kraft. Jacoby Brissett was X, Y, and Z for the organization. We thank him for X, Y, and Z. It is both stints here. We wish him the best in his future endeavors. Cool. And I'd have been like, Robert Kraft, I thank you. Because anybody is ABJ at this moment. Anybody but Jacoby.
You gotta hey baby. Ryan Tannehill's real money. Kraft's aren't gonna pay that. So no. I mean, in the sense that I want.
I'm concerned with, and I'm not saying this is not a Tannehill. Let me be clear. It is evident at this moment, like beyond evident, that, or without a shadow of a doubt, whatever, however you want to phrase it, that Robert Kraft is no longer concerned about winning. Period. I don't care what he says during press conferences.
Here we go. This is going to be rolled into the. Raise a spoiled little bitch again.
Yeah. So yeah. No, good. We can get right into it. Great. That's. I brought it up before, but like I said, decided. But he's no longer concerned about being. At least no. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. He's no longer concerned about being competitive. There you go. Because winning is not guaranteed. Let me be more clear. He's no longer concerned about being in the hunt. He just wants. Once again, it's about like so and so is at the lighthouse and. Go to fucking Red Robin and go to Five Guys and, get your shopping and go to Showcase Similar Deluxe. Like that's what it's about. It's no longer, once again, I went on that rant in the preseason where it's like, it's no longer you come in there and it's, it's about the family fun. And family fun is cool, but it used to be kill or be killed. And now it's like, hey, you can, you can score 40s, but it's like, hey, as long as you had a good time, that's all that matters. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke, but go ahead. But go ahead. But us being the sport brads, and how dare we want to be in the hunt? How dare we? How dare we want to be in the hunt and not be
How dare you expect to be in the hunt in year one of a rebuild when you have made it in your mind that this isn't year one? It is. Bill and Tom are both gone. Now, this is year one. This is you. I guarantee if Doc would have stayed after that Brooklyn trade and they kept one of the one of the three pieces of the big three, you would not have considered that a rebuild in year one, and you would have given them more grace than you're giving the Patriots. 100%.
I see. No. So I'll speak to that, right? Because this is not. Let's go back further. So remember the team they had before KG got there, right? And the 17. That team, and granted, this is a 16-year-old already talking like this, but I still have some of the same principles I had at 16, like I do now. We saw that team lose 18 in a row, and I said I can't do this next year. I said if Doc's gonna do this, I said because my thing is remember his first year. They won the Atlantic Division, right? Won the Atlantic Division. Then I think they went 33 and 49 the next year, and then they went 24 and 58. So I'm like, well, damn. I said, you go from division, you trade Antoine, you trade some other guys, and then you're getting worse each year. I'm like, yo, get this man out of here. I had him on the hot seat going into the year they got Garnett. So they get him, things change around. Cool. Now I was mad that he didn't want to be there part of the rebuild, because I'm like, well, yo, like, we stuck by you when this team had lost 18 in a row. You want to mean you don't want to stay around for this? Like, are you for real? And I didn't trust Brad Stevens. Like, once again, thank God. Obviously, years later now, what's happened, because obviously Doc hasn't done much since really of anything, and we know we've been successful outside of Brad Stevens' first year here. So that's cool. So yeah, so no, like I said, yes, there would have been some slight differences there, but ultimately, I'm always gonna root for. Or not root, but I'm always going to be happy for seeing guys compete and be in the hunt. And once again, the NFL season, there's too many jobs on the line each week to not make sure it's somewhat competitive. Once again, if guys get injured, if guys,
which they did,
which they did, obviously, well, that's different. But it's like to not even field a team that can be competitive is a problem. Once again,
the lens that you're putting this through, dude. Yeah, two in their first two games, they won the first one and they lost a thriller in the second one.
Yes,
and so they were competitive. They've been competitive in half of their games this year.
Correct.
And the sky is still falling for you. Remember, you asked me how I would talk you off the ledge.
Right.
Get it in your mind that this is year one. This is a start. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2020. So Bill was just trying to get as many wins as he possibly could without spending as much money as he needed to catch Don. That's it.
So you know what's also tough too, and I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday because I shared the screenshot. When Bo Nix goes 12 or 25 for 60 yards, and they win by 1 in New York, and you couldn't put up 3 points. And don't tell me they're not rebuilding either, because after the season they had that shit, they gave a fucking 70. Don't tell me they're not rebuilding either. They are, because they are in Denver. Sean Payton and not, they're rebuilding. So you go into Denver, you go into New York, and you hold them to 9 points, and we couldn't get fucking 3. We only scored 3. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, man. I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I get it. I get it that you could say year 0, year 1, whatever. I can't accept seeing Bo Nix get a victory. And we couldn't get to 10 points. I'm saying I'm not sold on it. I'm sorry. That to me is comedy. He didn't crack 70 yards and they won.
Yeah, it rained 6 inches in that fucking game.
Man, I don't care if it was fucking
Aaron Rodgers couldn't crack 220. Coming off the week where he threw 280 and he was perfect.
Right, but I don't care if it was the Hell from the Day After Tomorrow. Shout out to Dennis Quaid. It's a great movie. I don't care if it was hell out there.
Well, but that's the thing, dude, is that you expect the results, but don't care about the context. You don't care. It's like, Bo Nix threw for 60 yards and they won. So if Bo Nix threw for 60 yards in that Thursday night game against the Jets, and everything else that Aaron Rodgers did was the same, you think that the Broncos would win that game? Hell fucking no. Hell no. Passing game was eliminated.
But did
Brees Hall run on us?
No, I don't think
No.
Brissett played. You don't think he played? I don't think he played.
Against us?
I thought he didn't play, but I was like,
Did they run the ball on us?
no, they throw over the parking lot with us. Throw all over the yard. You know, whatever they want.
Is it easier or harder to throw in the rain?
No, it's harder. I mean, obviously it's harder.
Okay.
But listen, 9 points. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild to me. It's like it felt like the Mac Jones game in Buffalo. That's what it felt like watching that, seeing that.
Okay.
Like so, and obviously, we know what happened after, but it's just like, damn, like they're both 2-2.